evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is us, Dragon's Greed Gaming. You are joining us for the first technically episode 2 if you were here last week, but our first actual gaming episode of our newest campaign. We're doing some Shadowrun 5th edition. We're playing through an adventure called Paydata. So welcome, listeners. Thank you for joining us tonight. As always, be sure you stop by the Facebook page for all the latest news on the show. Check us out over on YouTube and Spreaker, where we host the podcast. Leave us those 5-star reviews, help us grow the channel. And if you are so inclined, if you really like the show and want to help us out a little more, consider joining the Patreon. Get yourself access to some cool monthly goodies and early access every week to the latest episodes. And some other cool stuff too. But other than that, I don't think we need to drag that out for too long. So I am your host, the Great Unclean One, as always, and I will be playing tonight. So we are passing it over to our good friend Adam, who is going to be our GM for tonight. Is it called a Game Master in Shadowrun, or does it have a fancy name, Adam?
No, not the fancy, just Game Master.
Like Game Runner or anything like that?
Yeah, nah, just Game Master. There's nothing fancy in there.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, Adam, you will start off with introductions, and we'll go around the table. So, yeah, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything else you want to tell the listeners.
Well, I guess my name's Adam. I'm gonna be your Game Master. I'll be playing everybody that's not played by you guys. So I will pass that off right away.
All right. Also joining us tonight, one of our regulars here on the show. He's here almost all the time now. Sean is back in action.
Yeah, it's great to be back. Haven't played Shadowrun in a little while, so kind of excited to play that again. I'm going to be playing Franklin Nichols, otherwise going by his runner name of Vault. He is a mage. A homeless squatter. He technically lives as a squatter, a mage.
Is he a human?
He is a human.
All right. Cool. All right. What was I going to ask you? I forgot. Oh, what edition of Shadowrun have you played before?
This one and the current one.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think this one is 5th edition and the current one is 6th.
Yep.
Correct.
Nice.
Okay, and also joining us, to confuse everybody, we have another Sean, but we're going to call him Scar, because that's his other name. Our host from the Neon Swamp will be joining us for a full campaign. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. Pretty happy today. I finished assembling the last few miniatures for my 2,000-point Daughters of Cain army. I'm pretty happy to start using.
Oh,
But
nice.
Okay.
yeah, they're really cool minis. They're a huge pain in the butt to assemble, but they're really neat. I've talked to my old GM. I played 3rd edition. Apparently, was the one I played about 10 years ago, and nothing since. And it was very house really. So I'm pretty much pretty much a Shadowrun virgin here.
Okay. I actually was out with my buddy Ernie today. We were at our local game store, and we played another game of Combat Patrol for 40K. And this one I won. So we've each had a win, a draw, and a loss in our 3 games. And we've decided now it's time to move past Combat Patrol and play a full game. So, but it has to be small points value. So, looking forward to that. Starting to finally catch on to how this 40K thing works with this new edition.
Oh, and Scorpions got new plastic Scorpions got announced.
Oh yeah, the Warhammer announcements today. Old World has a release window, folks. Early 2024. Get your old school models ready, and the fucking Bretonnian stuff they showed off was awesome. So super excited about that. My Empire Throng will be ready. Can't wait. And then our last player joining the group, our friend Poultrygeist, also known as Aaron. who we poached from Scar's channel. He was here on one of our Halloween episodes a couple weeks ago. Welcome back.
Yeah, good to be here. I'm excited to play some Shadowrun. It's my first time. Today I'm playing Jacques Millard. Is a troll from Quebec, Canada. I'm just excited to play. Other than this game, lately I've been playing some Blades in the Dark, which is always fun. And
how is that game? I've heard a lot of things.
I'm a big fan of it, to be honest. Like, I just like it. It's a really nice way to build a narrative and to kind of get in and out of action. It's kind of like Fight Club almost. It's like you only pay attention to what's interesting, and everything else you just kind of wave your hand at.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. And as always, I am your host and the Great Unclean One, and I am going to be playing an orc by the name of Uthrak, and his Shadowrunning nickname is Knuckles, and his fake sin name for all of his fake IDs is Dennis Mills, and he's a big burly orc who rides a motorcycle and is pretty strong and pretty tough, and he likes guns. So we're keeping it simple. We're not doing any hacking or magic, so I figured learning a new system was enough. So this is my first time playing Shadowrun. I've touched a couple of the video games here and there for a few times, but other than knowing about Shadowrun and the vague idea of what it is, I have never played any of the RPGs, so I am excited about this. Other than that, other than 40k action going on, we had our Friday the 13th game of Friday the 13th, the video game, last night. We got a group of 8 players together, and Sean can attest it was a fucking riot.
We should mention that yesterday was Friday the 13th for us.
It was.
Even though you're hearing this sometime in the future.
Yeah. So we played Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th. We played probably about 6 or 8 matches, and we played more than that because I think everybody had a chance to play Jason at least once. So
I think so, yeah.
Oh man, what a fucking riot. And we do have a couple of those games up on the YouTube channel. We didn't stream or anything, I just uploaded them from the PlayStation. So I think there's 4 of them I managed to upload. So if you want to just see some of the goofiness that we had going on, I think there was 2 where I was Jason and then 2 where I'm a survivor. So check those out because it was a fucking blast. And that game's going to be going away soon, supposedly. So we wanted to get in at least one last hurrah. So check those out. Those will be ready to go soon. Other than that, I think we're ready to dive in here. So Adam, if you want to take it away.
It'd be my pleasure. So let's begin. This game takes place in the year 2076 in the Seattle Sprawl. You guys all live within the district of Puyallup, which has unfortunately been subject to the eruption of Mount Rainier nearby. The whole area it's in bad shape. Ash still drifts through the air. It's dark most of the time. The rain is always acid rain. Nothing grows in this district anymore because the acid rains really kind of ruined the soil. It's not a great neighborhood. It's a little bit rough. The cops don't come through too much, which is great for you guys. But we begin. It's a Wednesday night. It's dark. It's raining. As you head in to your destination, the acid rain, whenever it hits any kind of exposed skin, it's itchy. But you all have respirators on, so you can breathe out there without having to deal with the terrible coughing and hacking that comes from breathing that air unprotected. But you head towards a diner. It's called the Bishop's Corpse. It's almost smack dab in the middle of the Puyallup district. You're headed there to meet a person named Jimmy Threelegs. He's a fixer, somebody that can get you basically anything that you need. And what you guys are looking for is work. You need money. Some of you have basically nothing. Some of you have a little bit more, but bills, they keep piling up, and it's hard to find work when you don't have a SIN, a social identification number. Basically, all of you guys are off the books, illegal. Somebody that doesn't, according to the government or any of these corporations, you don't exist. So getting work is tough. Honestly, like taking the bus is tough. But you arrive at the Bishop's Corpse. It's a diner, 24-hour greasy spoon type. There's not a lot of traffic in there this late at night. But you head in, and most of you have met Jimmy before. I think Jacques, I think you have not met him before, because this is your first foray into this kind of thing. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking for Jacques. So yeah, I'm excited to meet this Jimmy Three Legs character.
So you head in. Sitting at the back in a booth, there's a guy. He's probably, ballpark, about 40 years old. Maybe, somewhere in there. He's got a pompadour. He's got some sunglasses on, even though it's dark out. He's smoking. He's sitting in the back. And he gestures for you to come back to him. Flicks, towards you, hand in the air.
Yeah, go back that way.
Yeah. Jacques will, because he's a troll, he's quite large, he'll kind of try his best to gingerly not knock anything over as he makes his way. Sits down.
Yeah. The bench you sit on creaks and shifts under your weight, but you manage to sit in there. You take up about the whole one side of it. He looks you over and he goes, damn, you're a big guy. Is your friend here? Yeah, why don't you guys sit down? Come on. Let me get you guys something to eat. I hear you guys are looking for work.
Got that right.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
He takes a drag off his cigarette, just taps a little bit of ash off onto the floor. He's like, yeah. I might have something lined up. I got somebody who's looking for somebody, but I haven't done any work with you guys before. You know what? Let me. I want to check you guys out. Make sure you're, on the level before I offer you up to this Mr. Johnson. He's. I don't want to ruin my sterling reputation. And he ashes his cigarette again. He takes a nice drag. See the server roll her eyes at him. She's elf girl, probably, I don't know, maybe like 19, 20 years old. And she comes by and she's like, can I get you guys anything to drink?
I'll just
Water.
shake my head.
Yeah, some coffee, please.
Okay.
Water would be fine for me.
She's like, you can't smoke in here. And Jimmy looks at her and he gives her a ashes the cigarette on the floor. It's like, go get the fucking drinks, huh? And so she, walks off to go get drinks. He's like, look, I got a thing going on. It's going on tonight. It's convenient here, especially you, big fella. We got a new acquaintance, a new work partner, maybe. It depends on how this goes tonight. He's looking to offload some stuff that I'm looking to buy, and I need somebody just to, make sure everything goes smoothly. I've never worked with them before. You guys up to do just a little bit intimidation? Nothing serious. No no fighting or anything like that. Just make sure nothing goes wrong.
Yep.
I mean,
I'm
if it
known to
pays,
persuade.
If this is acceptable, of course, yes.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. So, basically, here's the deal. He leans in close. I got a guy I've been talking to. He works in Ares Arms. He's got a crate full of guns he's trying to unload. This is, good shiz. Rifles that have no serial number printed on them yet. That's pretty nice. No bodies on them, nothing like that. It'd be easy to move those kind of things. But I've never met him before. I'm a little bit nervous. Maybe it's some kind of some kind of trick. I don't know. But like, if this works out, if this deal goes through and it goes smoothly, this is it's a good avenue to get a lot of merchandise. So I'm supposed to be meeting this guy. It's about 3 miles from here. Got parking lot behind an abandoned building. It's just gonna be a quick handoff. I got a bunch of certified cred sticks for him. But that's about the size of it. Nothing too crazy. Hey, bring him over here. Set him down. This is here. You guys want anything to eat? You guys need. They got a great fucking skirt steak at this place. Tastes almost like real meat.
Sure, yeah. I mean, if you're offering to buy, I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, I got you. Hey, Toots. How about some skirt steaks for the lads here? Get this guy too. He's a big fucking guy. Let's go. She rolls her eyes and sets down the drinks and walks off to go get the order put in. He's like, yeah. So, it's nice to meet you there. What's your name there, big guy?
Ford. Ford is my name.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm Jimmy Three Legs. I got whatever you need, I got you. So yeah, anytime you need anything, let me get you. Let me send you my com code here. And he, starts rifling through pockets and he pulls out a bunch of different fucking com links and finds one. And he's like, this is a good one. All right, let me put in your code here, and then I'll send you my info. And he exchanges com codes with you, and so you can add him to your contact list if you like. He is able to get. He's a fixer, so he can get stuff for you. Anytime you guys need to buy things, if you contact Jimmy, he can roll his dice to try to get you guys equipment, so you don't have to worry about making acquisition rolls.
What kind of security are we expecting at this handoff?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to be too much. I think it should be just a quick handoff. He's probably going to bring a guy or two just to make sure it doesn't go sideways. It should be smooth. I'm not expecting anything much, just kind of a meet up. I just, it's always good to have have some extra bodies around, you know what I mean? Especially big fella like you and you, Knuckles, I mean, I know you can take a couple of hits and dish them out just as good, huh?
You got it. Adam, what did he say what the guy's name was? Did I miss that?
Whose name?
The guy that we're meeting with?
He did not. No, he didn't give any names.
All right. Well, I'll ask then. What do we call this guy? That's something that if you need to know, you need to know. But we're just gonna call him Mr. A for now.
Okay, what does he look like at least, so we know who we're handing off to? Is he a meta-human, perhaps?
I've never seen him in person yet, but I don't know. I know he's driving a night sky, so he should be over there in a night sky. I'm gonna meet him behind this building. It got a secret code with the headlights. It's supposed to be 1 2 1 2 3, and then he flashes back 1 2, and then I know.
Is that what we're doing?
Hear about the deal, yeah?
Yeah, that's the plan. It's you guys. I don't really have a car. You guys got a car? I figure maybe you guys drive me over there, eh?
I've got the car. Yes.
Hey, all right.
So you set the deal up to involve a secret code using a car, but you don't have a car.
I do now.
We've worked with this guy before, right?
Yeah, you've met Jimmy. This is classic Jimmy.
Classic Jimmy.
Classic Jimmy. He's like, yeah, no, I got a plan. I got it all worked out. Don't worry about it. You guys got a car? That's good. All right. No,
well, it's funny
fine.
because it's the first time we met, so he did not know I had a car. It's not like he was even planning on that.
Yeah.
Does Jimmy seem nervous?
No, Jimmy does not seem nervous.
Does Jimmy
never seen Jimmy nervous?
Okay.
That's a good question. You've asked yourself that multiple times since you've dealt with this guy. He seems like a little bit of a mess, but every time you've dealt with this guy, everything's worked out. it seems chaotic. You know, it seems like everything is everywhere, but every time you've been like, "Hey Jimmy, I need, I need this," he's like, "Yeah," and it turns up. So
All right.
It's like organized chaos. I love
Yeah,
it.
he's trustworthy. Okay.
I mean, when you look like the Fonz, I would trust him.
Yeah. He's like a 40k orc, apparently. Okay.
Love it.
Everything comes up, Jimmy.
So the server comes back and she's got these skirt steaks and they look like trash. I mean, they're all made out of soy. Everything is basically made out of soy. Getting actual meat is not easy. Most things are made out of soy or corn to some extent. The coffee it's soy calf. It's not real coffee. Getting real coffee is for wealthy people.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But you squatter types, you poor people, you probably are used to eating. Basically, you get
I eat
like
garbage.
you get like a soy cake, and like you'll like add artificial flavor to it from like a dropper tube. So you're like, oh, it kind of tastes a little bit like a strawberry, but it's a block of tofu essentially. So getting
It's
Or a
something that's
ramen
actually
packet on it.
you're tearing open the little silver packet and sprinkling some dust on there to try to make it taste like something. So this is actually pretty nice for you guys.
Yeah, no, I'm living it up.
He's like, yeah, you guys eat up. I'm gonna go take a shit, and he slides out, goes to the bathroom.
Settle as ever.
When he leaves, I turn to Uthrak and I say, Uthrak, what is this man? Like, you said he was good, that he was reliable. This is a very unreliable man.
Hasn't stirred us south so far. He comes through in the end.
Ugh.
Bit of a mess, but gets the job done.
What would he have done if I did not drive here?
Yeah,
I got my wheels.
Ugh.
would have figured it out, I guess, but
There,
you're lucky you're here.
there's a certain genius to his manicness. Don't worry.
Anyway, how you fellas been? It's been a while.
Well, still squatting.
Come
Really
see, come
Spruced the place
Sasha.
up, though. It's really nice.
Shock kind of does he waves his hand back and forth like to say like if it's okay. He says come see, come saw, and he says Sasha's been in school. She's doing quite well. Is good.
Well, good to hear.
Yeah.
Work has been slim pickings.
That's the truth.
Yes,
Yeah.
they cut my hours at the shop.
Not surprised.
Can't trust your corporate masters. All I'm saying. Gotta find something local, okay? As best you can.
I work at the shop like up the street from where you live. Like this is. How local do I need to be? Do I need to jerk off in my bathroom for a living?
If it pays, I mean, yeah.
Wouldn't be a
Nothing.
terrible job.
Not that Volt would know, not having a bathroom of his own or anything.
Yeah. I technically steal other people's bathrooms. I mean, and I'm gonna go use the shitter too.
Oh, fucking gross.
So
While
after
he's
a moment, he
gone,
comes back.
I'm gonna eat one of his 2 steaks while he's gone.
So he comes back and he's like, all right, you guys done yet? Come on, let's go out. Let's go. Let's get this going. This guy should be meeting us in got about 15 minutes, and this place is going to take us about 5 minutes to get to.
All right.
If you want, you bring the steak. Bring the steak with. But you know what? Hey, let's get some packages. Let's get these steaks wrapped up. Let's go. Come on.
I'm not gonna even wait.
So,
I'm just fist my steak and eat it on the way.
So, the girl comes back and starts to wrap up the steaks. He's halfway out the door already. She's like, you didn't pay? And he's like, yeah.
Jacques will pay the bill before he goes outside.
He turns his head back. He's like, don't you fucking dare. Don't take his money. Don't take his fucking money. I got it. I'll get you later. You know.
I look to her and I shrug my shoulders. I am sorry. Just, I will leave this here. And he walks outside. And when he does, he kind of touches the back of his head, and he's wearing like a pair of aviator goggles over his head, like those.
Oh yeah, Adam, should we do like character descriptions? Let everybody know like what our ragtag group looks like.
Yeah, we'll hit that in a second. So,
Okay.
is everybody piling into the same car?
No,
Yes,
I'm gonna
actually.
be on my bike.
Okay, fair.
He has room. in
Okay,
his car,
that's
I
good
will
because I
go.
think it's, yeah, I think it's a 4-seater, right?
I actually purchased additional seats. It's a 6-seater.
Whoa,
Oh.
you can do that?
That's so
Wow.
cool. You can
That's
customize everything to a ridiculous extent in the system.
So can I add more seats to the motorcycle?
Yeah, in the form of a sidecar. Yeah.
Like the death clock bike with the 2 sidecars on each side?
Why not?
Yes.
Let's-
really long,
let's do it.
really long front seats. So we just sit front to back,
It's like
riding horses.
a 30-foot motorcycle from front to back.
Yeah,
There you go.
love it.
Why not? Let's go. Let's do it. Make it like the fantastic car, but you know, a motorcycle. So
Yeah.
you guys pile in. So we move now. We see you guys riding through the acid rain. What's Uthrak look like on his motorcycle?
Well, he looks like a badass for starters. Let's just hit that.
Oh,
out of the
obviously.
way.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We got a big badass orc on a motorcycle driving through acid rain in the night. Neon
Actually,
lights.
I'm gonna.
Pink and blue neon lights cast alternating shadows and light on the face of Uthrak as he rides through the night.
Yeah, let me share it with the group here because our artist friend is working on a sketch that Aaron here was able to get us. So this is what
Aaron,
it
are we going to
starts-
be able to put that stuff up for the public to look at?
Yeah, that's what it's for. Yeah. So all that
Oh, that's
stuff actually
awesome.
should be done by the end of this month, and probably before you release the first episode.
So
That is
Uthrak is just over 6 feet tall. He's your typical kind of big, burly orc. You know, he's definitely got big upper body strength, probably close to around 250 pounds. He typically has, well, his skin is kind of like a palish green color, and he's got like the beard that goes into the sideburns. But no mustache, so his upper lip is shaved clean. He's got 2 big tusks that come out from his bottom jaw, like Warcraft orc style, and he's got kind of the pointy bat ears, like a lot of orcs do. He typically is wearing a big leather jacket, biker jacket, and just some like very darkly colored, clearly worn jeans. He's got some little like armored knee pads that are part of the jeans, and then big ass combat boots. He's got some fingerless gloves and a couple spikes coming off the shoulder pads and like from the leather on the gloves. When he's on a mission like this, when he's doing work, he's got 2 bandoliers of ammunition strapped across his chest. One is a variety of different ammo for his 2 weapons. He's got a shotgun and like a 6-cylinder revolver, big ass like Colt Python looking thing, and then the other one is a couple different grenades for the either just to throw as a hand grenade or as extra ammunition for the grenade launcher that's on the bike. He's also got a big survival knife strapped in on the side of his leg on a holster, and then he's his trusty big ass fucking torque wrench, one of those big ass red wrenches, is what he'll use to bash people's heads in if he needs to. And he's always got a pair of sunglasses on, whether it's day or night. And at this point, you guys would know that his sunglasses has some vision enhancements built into it, so it's like a cyber glasses. And he rides a big ass motorcycle. It's a Harley Davidson style, and it's got 2 weapons mounted on it. One is like the cylinder type grenade launcher. It's just a small like hand one, and then he's got basically the equivalent of an AK-47 on the other side of the bike if he needs to get rowdy. And then his most distinctive feature, and this is because I took the I think it was a trait. Is that what they're called, Adam?
quality. It's a negative quality.
Okay, I don't remember where that's on the character sheet, but I think it's called distinctive style is the name of
Yeah.
it. So basically, it's a negative trait that makes my character very easy to remember, and he stands out, and that is his mohawk. He has a big mohawk that instead of being made out of actual hair, it's made out of fiber optics and basically glow sticks is the best way to think of it. And he's got like 4 or 5 of these that are stuck directly into his skull, kind of starting right at the top of his head and going towards the back of his head. Any of our listeners, if you're familiar with Snorri Whitebeard, or not Snorri, just Snorri from the Gotrek and Felix novels, he's got the nails driven into his head. So it's like that, but think like fiber optic glow sticks. So very, very distinct, very noticeable, no subtlety whatsoever. Yeah, he's a big guy, and he likes to fight. He likes his guns. In his off time, when he can, he'll work as a bouncer at a local club called the Hellfire Club, and he's got a contact there who's the bartender. Her name's Jezebel. Not much of a contact, but something. And you guys know that he's kind of like a mercenary hired gun, is kind of what he sells his services as. And when he's on a mission, he kind of takes that fairly seriously, and he tries to be professional about it. But he definitely doesn't have a lot of patience for diplomacy and things like that. So he leaves that to the rest of the group. Also, for one of his other negative qualities, he has the bad luck quality. So you guys know that things tend to go wrong when they shouldn't. And he does have quite a few cyberware, bioware upgrades. I've got dermal plating, so that one is visible. That's like basically armored skin. So, I mean, you don't really see much of his skin except his head. He doesn't really have it on his face, but like on his arms and torso and stuff like that. You guys ever see him like without his jacket on? You can see that. The fiber optic hair is obviously not, natural. And then I've got bone lacing, reaction enhancers, and a muscle replacement. So that's like some internal stuff. I've also got a sound link, which is basically like having a radio like installed in my ear, so I can listen to tunes while I'm beating the shit out of people. And then I have a considered highly or somewhat illegal thing called a voice modulator. So I can basically like change the pitch of my voice and like the volume of it and stuff up to a certain degree. And yeah, I believe that one is considered illegal. It's an illegal piece of gear. So I use that if I really gotta scare the shit out of somebody when we're fighting.
Yeah, you can also use that to replicate other people's voices.
Yeah, I should actually, because I've got all the stuff here in the thing. Yeah, you can speak with an increased volume up to 100 decibels without strain. Shift your pitch to make perfect bird calls or mellifluous singing, and most importantly, uncanny vocal impressions. The modulator can also play back, more or less perfectly imitate a recorded or captured voice. And it has enormous flexible and distortion capabilities. So, if I need to, I can turn that on. But he keeps that on the down low, so only you guys would really know he has that. He doesn't usually like wave that out in public.
Yeah.
But yeah, I only have 1.6 essence left, so I guess at this point I'm fairly heavily modified.
Not really a human anymore at that point.
Yeah, well, I had to spend my money on something, so
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
so
Uthrak. Oh, and he's got a pair of brass knuckles, hence the name Knuckles.
Oh, and he's wearing some pants. So that's what you see riding this Harley Davidson Scorpion. Big fucking bike. What color is it? It's probably black, right?
Oh, hell yeah. It's probably got some
black
purple
before.
trim, like dark
Ooh,
purple,
okay.
but it's mostly
There you
black.
go. Black with dark purple trim and chrome, riding through the night.
I have the Harley Davidson Nightmare, not the Scorpion.
Oh shit, the Nightmare.
Hell yeah.
I'm not familiar with it, but that's okay. But you're riding through the night, kicking up acid rain, blasting back behind you, probably pumping some tunes in your ears. What do you listen to? What kind of music is this guy into?
Oh, he's probably into like obviously like metal and rock, but he'd also like be into you know, like dance, house music, techno, electronic, that kind of stuff. So
Okay, so new stuff or old stuff? Is he into like the classics? Is he into classical metal? So stuff from
Both.
like,
both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rad. So we got some classical metal playing right now. He's listening to like I don't know, like Iron Maiden.
And when we're out like in like this acid rain, he does have a gas mask because he's not subtle enough to just use a respirator. So he's got a full gas mask on, but it's got holes in the top so he can put it over his mohawk.
Oh, there you go.
So it's a very weird kind of bondage looking thing with the gas mask and the fucking glowing headlights on his head.
Lots of leather.
Oh yeah. Real creepy. Some guy I never want to meet.
What was that fucking guy? The
Written
Gimp,
through.
right? From,
Yeah, the Gimp.
Oh god,
yeah.
from oh my god, what's that movie? The Tarantino one.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. Yeah, there you go. Oh my god, gross.
Jesus. Yeah.
It's all patent, like the shiny fucking. Ugh. All right.
Oh,
Ugh.
he's got a big belt buckle that is like the symbol of his like orc clan or lineage, or so he claims. He might not even know if it is or not, but he thinks it looks cool. But it's clearly some sort of orcish symbol or rune or something, or a glyph.
Dude, that's cool. I mean, as long as he says it in a way that's convincing, I don't think anyone's gonna question him. So he's riding through, acid rain kicking up off the back tire, pumping some metal, and like I was saying, the purple, pink, and light blue neon lights passing across him as he's riding through the rain. Then we cut across into the car. First off, what's this car look like?
So it kind of looks like a Honda Civic. Like it's like the most basic, boring car you can get. It's a Ford AmeriCar.
Super nondescript.
Yeah,
Just-
it's old man tan. Like it looks like because it's been modified, it's a little bit longer than an average car, so it kind of looks like one of those old station wagons.
Okay.
But without the wood paneling on the side, unfortunately. I couldn't get that. Wood's expensive. But it's it really just kind of look like, like every shitbox car you've had and from the outside, but when you get inside, it's just geared to shit. Like he's got like a crazy awesome sound system. There's like roll cages on the inside, and like you can see that like there's like panels that slide over the windows, like if someone's trying to shoot you. Like this car is like built. Clearly somebody has taken some time to work on this.
So like urban camouflage. It looks like shit on the outside, but as soon as you get inside, you're like, oh wow.
Yeah. Like this car like has been worked on by someone who knows what they're doing, for sure. Yeah, you the car itself.
Oh, you cut out there.
Aaron, you still there? Uh-oh, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Anybody? Sean? Scott, are
I
you
hear
there?
you guys. Yeah. I hear you.
Yep.
He's got that Canadian internet.
Uh-oh, that's right. Aaron, if you're talking, we do not hear you. And you're not lighting up on Discord. All right, well, I guess he's dead. There's only 3 characters left.
Well,
but he's
and the
our
car
driver.
crashes.
Yeah, we're-
Endo campaign.
All right. Guess
Thanks
we got
for joining us for
another 3-hour
Shadowrun, everybody. Have a good
character generation session.
Sweet, I'll just go find a new crew.
Oh,
All right, he might be having some issues here, folks, so we'll let Aaron get his shit sorted out. If you want to hop to somebody else, Adam.
That's fine. So inside the car, we turn and we see in the front seat, and he demanded to be in the front seat, Jimmy 3 Legs. This dude, like I said, mid-40s, pompadour, sunglasses. He's got a bunch of tattoos, and he's still smoking. He's like, you mind if I smoke in here? I don't give a fuck. And he's smoking. And, he's still, like, as you guys are riding, he's stuffing a bunch of fucking leftover skirt steak into his mouth, and he's like, this should be a quick thing. It's not a lot. Just gonna pay the guy, say hello, grab the guns, put them in the trunk. You got a trunk, right? Yeah, we'll put them in the trunk. And then, that's about it. I just hope everything goes real smoothly. I mean, you guys know, you guys have done something like this before, right? And he turns back, looks over his shoulder into the back seat, and the camera turns, and we see in the back seat a elf.
I'm the only elf, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is Sev Sivlios, or Mantis, as he's known. He is wearing an armored, black, tattered, kind of trench coat style armored coat, with like a mixture of like black sashes on him as well, black and dark maroon. Kind of, think like a Tibetan modern monk might wear with a trench coat mixed in. So he's got kind of a sash around his neck. He's got a sash around his waist. He's wearing like really nice, like weirdly like clean, like he just stole them off of someone's feet, like running shoes, like Nikes. And he's got a mala necklace around his neck too, and the beads are like the size of golf balls. They're kind of big, and he's got kind of like light brown dreads that have naturally dreaded, and it just from being gross and poor and on the street. And he's often pretty dirty. He probably stinks to some of the cleaner people in here a lot. But you guys know that he does a lot of he's done some questionable work, and he doesn't share too much about his other jobs and things that haven't involved the group. But you also know that he'll do things like help out at a homeless shelter as well. He does a lot of charity work on his free time, just weirdly contradictory stuff like that. And but noticeable, like aside from all that, he has like a bump kind of on his lower back, presumably like a backpack that he wears kind of under his coat. And he wears 4 swords. He's got around his waist. He's got 4 swords total, and you've seen him before, like from under his coat where his backpack is, pull out like a bow and arrow. Even it's like a futuristic. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I can what quality would be, but I would assume since it's Shadowrun, it'd be like a carbon like recurve bow, like a carbon metal recurve bow, something sci-fi looking, not like old like wood or anything like that. But yeah, and that big blue eyes, and he's a really nice guy. He's always really nice to everybody. He'll fight and do the dirty jobs and stuff like that. But if he does anything physically harmful, it's normally reactive. Well, it's always reactive. And yeah, he's just always really nice. He tries to be as nice as possible all the time. He's really supportive of you guys, and if he thinks any of you are sad, he tries to boost your ego a little bit and say how great you are. Probably
that's so nice. Yeah,
probably annoys maybe some of you. I don't know.
I think in Shadowrunners we all need a little support.
But yeah. I think that he's got he does have a cybernetic left eye. That's pretty apparent. I don't think they're not called rippers in Shadowrun, but whoever did the job scarred the tissue around his eye pretty clearly during the process. Probably got it done on the cheap. But yeah, he's got a cybernetic eye. That's pretty obvious.
What does it look
with
like?
image link?
Does it have some kind of like weird like iris or something like that?
He can the image link, the cybernetic eye is fairly programmable. Like you can make it look pretty natural, or I don't know, I don't know what the limitations of the game would be, but it would look.
Your imagination, what's it look like normally?
Well, he would control what it looks like. Then if he uses it for an image link, with any smart guns that the other party members are using for his own information, he gets in close combat unless he's using his bow. So he will get in draw fire and uses swords in close combat. So he uses y'all's guns to kind of, triangulate the best way to approach a situation. You've seen him; he's an adept. You've seen him use his adept abilities before. So he gets in really close and really fast and punches really hard. He uses some kind of supernatural armor that has helped, like fuck bullets and cool stuff like that. But the eye changes. Like normally it just looks like an eye, unless he's using image link or using it for alternate reality AR. And then it might change. It might zoom in like a camera lens or something like that. But normally it looks normal.
Cool. And then the camera twists towards the next gentleman in the back seat.
All right, yeah. So he is a human, just a regular old human. He's late 40s, early 50s. He's pretty old. A little bit on the thinner side, with only a strength at 2. Not quite as beefy as some of the other members of our party. He's about 5'9", 5'10", 160 pounds. So he's very light. He's wearing this sort of like wintry coat almost always because he has no body fat, being homeless and not allowed to eat too much. It's got like this fur lining on the top, and he's wearing construction boots and just a regular undershirt, kind of grimy and old, but keeps him clothed, and some whatever amounts to like tough jeans that he could scrounge up or steal from, or maybe was given to them in some homeless shelter. You can't see any guns on him. He does not carry any guns. Couldn't even afford a gun, honestly. The only weapon he has is a single claw hammer he found rummaging through the trash. But he generally doesn't even need to use it because he, as most of the people here have seen before, he can cast magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he does have a single tattoo peeking up from underneath his shirt, the left side of his neck, which looks like almost like a circuit board. He had at one point aspired to learn circuitry and electrical engineering, but could not afford any of the college courses. He's got longish white hair, maybe shoulder length, that kind of falls behind him. Or if he's expecting to get in a fight, he will tie it up behind him so it doesn't get caught in his way.
So as the camera turns back, you see Jimmy again in the front seat, and he's still smoking. He's like, "Man, hey, I never been in this such a tight confines with these guys. Like, that fucking stinks in here, man. Does your car normally smell like that, or is it these guys?" He leans over to the driver. The camera turns over, and we see the driver.
So you see Jacques. He's sitting there, and there is a steering wheel in front of him, but he's not even holding it. You just see him resting his hand on.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He was here the entire time. No.
I came back in just in time to hear Scar.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's sitting there, and what you see is like this big hulking troll with these long, thick black horns coming off his head, and they're kind of just curled, and they almost come down to his ears. He's not like ridiculously good looking, but he's like a regular handsome. Regular handsome, like he's probably does okay.
Handsome for a man.
Handsome for a man, sure. But he is built like he's like even for a troll, he's quite large. He's like 8'6".
Damn.
And like the car has to be customized for him to even fit in the driver's seat. Like it's a little wider than normal, so Jimmy actually has less room than the people in the back seat.
Okay.
And he's wearing like a suede jacket, but it's not real suede because he wouldn't walk in acid rain with real suede on. And then underneath that, he just has like a white wife beater on, with a couple of oil stains here and there. And on his chest is this huge Ford Mustang logo. It's an LED tattoo that he
Oh, cool.
purchased. So it's actually like glowing silver, and like it's almost like there's like a light kind of traveling back and forth.
That's cool.
Underneath it, and then yeah, he's just wearing jeans and a pair of steel-toed boots. It's like those brown ones there, and he's got like these huge aviators on his face. They're glowing green right now, and you see them like flicker like yellow for a second, and then the song or the station changes, and now we're kind of listening to like some relaxing old tunes, something from like 2026.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
he-
like what kind of tunes are we talking? Like smooth jazz? Or are you listening to like?
he's kind of into like alternative rock is kind of his jam. So like,
Okay.
you know, I mean, I listen to a lot of stuff, so but I don't want to name drop a bunch of bands that you probably. But anyways, yeah, sorry, I'm blanking on band names, but yeah, he's just listening to some alternative rock right now. Maybe a little bit grungy, a little bit hard, but not like metal or like
Sure.
house music or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's just this huge dude. He's super relaxed. He doesn't even answer Jimmy normally. He just actually Jimmy's seat kind of moves up a bit more and his window goes down without Jacques even moving.
Nice. Nice. He's like, oh, all right. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. He's a little tight in here. You know, it's a little car for such a big dude. Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, up here, you want to take a right. We're going to come around. You're going to go up half a block. You're going to turn left into the driveway. There's going to be a parking lot. And we're going to be behind this old abandoned building. And that's where we're going to meet him. Told him he would be here 10 minutes ago, so he should probably be here by now.
You're late for your own meeting.
I'm on time. I just
Classic
want to make sure he was
Jimmy.
on time. So you guys pull around and you get into position, and there is a car sitting there. And he goes, all right, do the lights, like I said.
Yeah, Jacques will take his hand off the thing and he'll just do it manually. It
Okay.
was 2, then 3.
It was 2, then 3. That's right. That was a test. You passed. So you do the lights, and then the other guy does the lights. And then he opens the door, and out steps an elven man. He's dressed in formal wear. Not formal wear, I guess. He's in a suit, but it's got kind of a military cut to it. So it looks dark and like almost like a Marine Corps kind of dress uniform, but like a little more business and less formal than that. And he steps out, and out of the side of the car comes an orc who's dressed in straight up military gear, and that orc is holding an umbrella. So let me show you guys this. Here we go. So the elf is an Asian man. You're not able to tell exactly what kind of Asian, but he's got a scar that runs from the middle of his forehead down the side of his face, kind of just barely misses his nose, comes down to right about his mouth. And this guy would be played by Donnie Yen if we were able to get him. But Donnie Yen, unfortunately, didn't respond to my emails asking him to be on our podcast. So sorry. But you guys see the picture?
Yep.
Very rad. Okay. There he is. We're going to call him Mr. A because that's what Jimmy decided to call him. He steps out, comes around with this orc who, unfortunately, I don't have. I don't have an orc. The orc is in military gear. He's wearing like a tactical armored vest, and you can see he's clearly got a gun slung over his back, and he's holding an umbrella. He's got fingerless, knuckleless gloves, and he's got a crew cut. And they step out and stand, and the headlights are glowing, and you see the acid rain falling. Both of them are wearing their little respirators. They step out in front of the car. Jimmy steps out. He's like, you guys, you don't have to do anything crazy or anything like that. Just step out, make sure he knows that you guys are here. That's it. Especially you, Jumbo. He throws an elbow into the side of your gigantic bicep.
I think you overestimate my abilities, but thank you, I suppose.
Ah, no, you're doing good. You look huge. That's all I need, man. You look huge. Look at you. The fuck. All right, yeah,
Enough's
you're
enough.
clearly
Get out.
eating some vegetables. A lot of protein, huh? All right. Step on out. Let's just stand there, just look tough, okay? And then you two make sure you're downwind, but do your thing, yeah? All right. I know you can the magic shit. Make sure something's glowing so he knows, okay? Just put on the show. We just want to make sure, nobody do anything crazy. Just make sure everything goes smooth and make sure that he doesn't try to do anything weird. I don't know this guy. And I don't know if any of you guys are, able to keep an eye out or anything like that. But look out, make sure there's nothing else going on that I don't know about. Okay. All right. Here we go. So he steps out. Everybody disembarks, I suppose.
I'm gonna stay on my bike. I pulled up alongside our car, but I'm gonna stay on the bike observing. And I do want to, if I can, I want to take a look around and just see if I see anything in the general area, up on a roof or a balcony or, down an alley, maybe, whatever I might be able to see.
Fantastic. So there's not a lot of high buildings. All this stuff is one story in this area, kind of like behind an old strip mall. But what you do is you can make a perception roll. So if you open up your character sheet, by the way, we're running this through Roll20. So yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? Roll20. By the way, if you guys are listening and you've never done any kind of online virtual tabletop, the two, if I had to recommend two, it would be Foundry and Roll20. Roll20 is great.
It would be Foundry and Foundry. That's what it would be.
If you're trying to do something for free, Roll20 is great. If
Hit up your friends for $10 and get Foundry.
If you got $50 to get Foundry, Foundry is fantastic. Shadowrun, unfortunately, at least 5th edition Shadowrun, I haven't looked into 6th. 5th edition Shadowrun, unfortunately, doesn't have fantastic modules for either thing. So there's a little bit of work you're going to have to put into it. But for those of you listening to this, we're playing Roll20. Most of these people are not familiar with it or not used to it. They've gone through the nicer, smoother Foundry. So, pardon our missteps.
Hey! I've used Roll20 plenty. That's why I don't like it. So
that's why I know it's bad.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
Fine.
Chill.
It's not that
Roll20.
bad. It's not that bad. It's like Mr. Thunder instead of Dr. Pepper. So anyhow,
I'm gonna be honest, not the comparison we wanted. Way worse.
So on your character sheet, if you go to skills, there is under your physical skills, perception should be in there. You'll see a little picture of a little D20.
Yes.
Roll that bad boy and
is that the D20 next to where it says specialization? That one?
It should be a little bit further over. You'll see a thing that says dice with a number in it, and then a little picture of a dice.
What?
It's the bottom of physical skills if you're looking for it.
I'm on my skill page. I have physical skill, perception.
You see where it says perception? And then all the way over to the right, furthest to the right under perception. It'll say roll and have a little picture of a die. It's a little red button.
I'm clicking. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I have it popped out, so it was the roll thing was popping up. No modifiers, right?
No modifiers currently. Well, actually, you know what? There's a lot of rain. Do you have any kind of what kind of enhancements do you have on your shades?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Let me just mosey on over to whatever page that's on. Just give me a second here.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I have sunglasses. They are capacity 4. I have flare compensation, image link, thermographic vision, and vision magnification.
Damn.
Okay. All right. So with
as an orc, I have night vision, obviously, or dark vision, whatever it is.
Thermographic vision, I believe.
No, that's trolls.
Thermographic vision. What do you have? What does it say under orc? I don't remember.
Probably low light.
Oh, is that what it's called? Low light?
I think so.
Okay. So
I'm
yeah,
trying
go
to-
ahead and make your roll. Let's do it right now without modifications.
Okay, so 2 successes.
2 successes, fantastic. So looking around, you're able to spot out on the roofs and anything like that in the area. You don't see anybody up on roofs. You just see the car, the elf, and the orc, and then all of your compatriots. And shitty rain. It's dark out here. The only light that's coming through is from the headlights of the cars. There's street lights on the other side of the building, and they're not really doing too much back here. So it's a little bit dark.
Okay,
But
yeah,
you're able
I'm
to-
just at the ready. If anything's about to break out, I'm probably got my hand resting on the holster of my gun.
Perfect. So yeah, nothing looks too crazy yet. So Jimmy steps out.
Before Volt gets out, he would like to cast Detect Magic Extended.
Okay. So looking at your character sheet, you've got your spells under your magic tab, and then each spell, it looks like you've got you got your drain set up. It looks like that's all good. Try rolling one of them. So let's see if it works. So you've got 2 buttons. You got a fast and a full. You can cast spells as a complex action, which is basically a full turn, or as a simple action. But if you cast as a simple action, it is harder to succeed.
Okay. I guess I'll do it as a full action.
Yeah, I mean that's good. In a situation where you're not trying to do a bunch of stuff at once, that's the way to go. Let's see if it works right, if it's formatted correctly in here.
Magic.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay,
3
so that looks
successes.
like it came through okay. Incoming drain 3, and you rolled 5 to resist, so you completely resist any kind of drain. So you cast it without any kind of detrimental effects. 3 successes. So scanning around, you pick up 0 magic other than yourself and the elf nearby. Also radiates a little bit of magic.
So, Adam,
But you're
elf
familiar
or their
with it.
elf?
Adam, since
Your
this isn't showing us everything, can you walk us through what just happened with these dice rolls?
Sure. So, with your roll, for example, your perception roll, you roll 7 dice because your character has. Let me bring up your dude. Under perception, your skill rating is at a 3, and your intuition attribute is a 4.
Mm-hmm.
So you roll 7 dice, and any of those that come up at a 5 or a 6 count as a hit. So it shows that you got 2 of those. So out of your 7 dice, 2 hits.
Oh, I see.
You
If
have
I
a
highlight
limit.
if I highlight the 2, it shows the breakdown of the dice. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got your successes there.
Mm-hmm.
What are we seeing prior successes? What am I looking at?
I know if you click on the word successes in the dice roll, then it like does another roll for some reason.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Anyway, okay.
Oh,
continue.
rolls again. And I see. Okay. But yeah, you got your 2 successes. So you're able to... Weird. Yeah, so you got your 2 successes. So that's what you got. And then on the spell casting, we roll your magic plus your spell casting attribute, and it will give you a number of successes, which you had 3. And then it generates a drain based off of a formula, and that's something that when you cast spells in Shadowrun, it can be taxing on your mind and body. So you try to resist the drain that would physically damage you or mentally damage you, causing stun or physical damage, and you completely resisted all of it. So it doesn't affect you, but you only detect the magic coming from your friend, the elf, who you've interacted with him enough before that you know that he is magically enhancing himself. So
Do
these guys
I-
seem clean.
Do I dare ask how you determine how much drain a spell does when you cast it? Is it a
Each
set
spell
number?
has its own
or-
formula. So
Okay.
it'll be so you can cast spells at a different level. Basically, it's called force in Shadowrun. So you can cast it. Basically, you cast it harder if you want, and it'll be more effective. But
Okay.
that will increase the amount of drain that you have to try to resist. So you can cast like let's say you're shooting a fireball off, right? So you
Mhm.
can cast it at a higher force, up to I think double your magic attribute. So like force 12 if you want to get absolutely crazy, and that will definitely blow up and burn like everybody that you're trying to shoot with it. But there's a really good chance you're gonna kill yourself by casting it that way.
And does force have different effects based on the spell? Like it'll generally enhance the spell in some way?
It'll enhance the spell in some way. So if you're casting a spell that deals damage, it'll make it more damaging. If you're casting a spell like you're trying to control someone, it'll make it more difficult for them to resist. Certain spells it'll make last longer. Certain spells, like if you're trying to heal someone, it'll heal them better. Basically, just makes whatever the spell does, it makes it do it better if you cast it at a higher force. But is more draining on you, more taxing on the person casting the spell.
And so it generates a certain amount of drain, and then he generated a certain amount of resist against the drain. What happens if he doesn't roll enough resist and he like starts taking drain damage? What does that mean?
You take damage. So depending on if you cast the spell, if the spell's force is lower than your magic attribute, it comes in as stun damage. If it's higher than your magic attribute, it comes in as physical damage. So it'll go from, you're tired or you have a headache. If you cast it above your force rating, your brain starts melting out of your head.
Okay. So let's just say these numbers were reversed. If he had 5 drain and only 3 resist, it would just be 2 of whatever damage based on the amount of force
2 stun
he was using?
damage. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Since we're not physically rolling dice here, and I've never played this system, I'm interested to see how it actually works. Sure. Okay, cool. Gotcha.
But yeah, you detect no magic coming from anywhere other than sources that you're familiar with.
Gotcha. All right, he'll get out of the car and just kind of wave his claw hammer menacingly.
So Jimmy goes and he's like, all right, and he reaches down at the floorboard and pulls out. He's got a little briefcase and he goes out and he starts talking to the guy. And he's like, you guys just wait here, just keep an eye out. And he goes over and he talks to the guy, and you see them discussing. And Jimmy opens up the briefcase, and the guy looks at it, and he looks at Jimmy, and they're talking, and he gestures towards the back of the car, and they head around towards the back of the car. I'm gonna have everybody make a quick perception roll.
Got 1 success.
I'm gonna use some edge.
Oh, jumping in right away. So edge is an attribute that you have that's special, that lets you re-roll dice or add dice if you use it ahead of time. So that edge spent after the roll will let you re-roll it.
So I just re-roll the failures?
Correct. And you'll add those to your existing success. So if you click on where it says successes, I believe that'll do the edge roll.
Nice. 5 successes.
Oh,
nice.
Damn. Okay.
Nicely done. All right. Well, everybody got at least 1 aside from Jacques.
Jacques is just he's not really sure what he's supposed to even be looking out for. He's never done this before. It's just
this is your first thing like this. He's what's his deal? Tell us about what his normal life is like, and how he finds himself in this situation doing something that is illegal.
So Jacques, probably about 6 months ago, a corporate lawyer just showed up at his door with a 5-year-old, and was like, "Hey, this is your daughter," and he didn't even know he had a daughter. And so now he just kind of lives with this human.
And he's gone.
Oh, no.
There's no way I'm gone.
Okay.
Oh, you're back.
You cut out, though. You cut out.
Oh, okay. I'm like, Jesus. Sorry. I just don't want to have technical issues all night.
That's
but
all right.
no.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he has this 5-year-old girl at home. He's not really sure. He was just kind of being young and 20-something, and dicking around with his life and working part-time at a shop whenever he could get gigs. But now he's got to figure out a way to actually provide for a whole nother person, and the bills are piling up. He's got those nights where he's just looking at the bills and looking at his account and just going shit, this isn't gonna add up. And it's just getting desperate. for him. So this is his first time kind of like actually doing a crime because he's not educated. He never even finished high school, or the equivalent of high school in this world.
That's high school.
Yeah. Okay. No, fair enough.
Not that we would know this necessarily, but is the daughter sinless or is she legit citizen?
She's legit. Jacques is only sinless because he's an illegal immigrant. Like he just kind of moved to Canada, or moved from like Quebec, which is its own nation now.
They seceded.
Yeah. So
Good for them.
They're trying to do it in real life now. You know.
Yeah. Hey, that's these guys. So Shadowrun really predicted a lot of shit. It's crazy how accurate some of this stuff can be.
They were trying to do it when the game was released initially. Like they've been doing it for decades.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They just don't want to be Canada anymore. But
Understandable.
I don't know about that. But
Is it though?
I don't know.
But
I don't know. I
yeah.
would love to be Canadian. I don't know.
Oh,
I've never
it's
experienced it, but it sounds like the promised land to me.
I, for one, please adopt me, and that is all. Take me, please.
as a Canadian, I'll say every single day of my life is like a constant orgasm. Like,
Oh, goddamn!
I don't know.
I
Is
knew
it not like that in America?
No,
I knew it.
No, it's more like brutal torture.
Hold on. In America,
I
we're
get
constantly
punched
getting
by
fucked.
some
There's a
corporate
lot
guy.
similar. Okay.
Anyways, yeah. So that's kind of his deal. You guys would know, like, especially you with all your cyberware. He is good, like, at fixing cyberware. He's pretty handy with like hardware and mechanics. But his love and his passion is auto mechanics and racing and driving. He just, if you get him going, he'll tell you almost anything you want to know about a car and how to fix it.
Might be my favorite character in the group. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we get along quite well, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's funny because in real life I know nothing about cars, but that's the beauty of RPGs.
Me neither.
There you go, just fudge it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the carburetor.
Man, look at that drive shaft. Woo!
But yeah, no, he you've only ever seen him get like angry enough to hit someone once, and it was fucking devastating for that person. Like,
I would imagine.
you know,
Like
it's
they
just
do in
one of
a
those
car
things.
crash.
But he has a pretty, like, he's a pretty chill guy. He's got a good reputation in the neighborhood. He tries to be helpful, but he's not as nice as some of. He's not doing charity work by any means, but he'll talk to anyone once. Yeah, and right now, yeah, he's just kind of looking around, going like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be looking, but he's not saying that out loud. He's just kind of. And again, he's got those big aviator goggles on, so you can't see his eyes right now.
So everybody that made at least one success, which is everybody except for Jacques, is going to get +2 dice on a surprise roll. So if you go to your main tab on your character sheet,
Oh no.
it says attribute rolls, and there's surprise, which is reaction plus intuition.
Okay.
And those of you that succeeded get 2 extra dice on that test. And you're looking to get at least 3 successes on this test to not be surprised by what's about to happen.
I'm still trying to find it.
Do we need to fill these
Under your
out? Do we need to
I
fill
think
these
so. I think
out
it
with a
probably
number?
defaults.
No,
to
you
0.
don't. You don't. That's a bonus because I made that mistake when I was testing stuff
Okay,
earlier.
so if I put a 2 in here, it'll roll it with a 2 bonus. Is that what you're telling me?
When you click it, it will ask for situational modifiers.
Okay.
the-
+2, right, Adam?
+2, correct.
5 successes.
Nice.
I'm ready.
Damn! All right, so
You
are
said it's
not
under the main
surprised.
tab, right?
It's under
Yeah,
main under
underneath
Left
your
side.
attributes, it says attribute rolls.
Ah, thank you.
Aaron, I'm sorry. I just edited all your stuff and added a bunch of numbers in there that shouldn't be in there. So I'm sorry.
Did you?
I thought I was doing you a favor, but I just totally kneecapped you.
I mean, you were. You gave 8 successes. You did him a favor.
Oh, that's not me. That's Volt, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
my mistake.
What's
Okay.
going on with mine? Why does it say
Yeah,
permanent
you're the
bonus
one.
9?
You're the one that I kneecapped. Never mind.
You're so good at this.
Oh,
I was
I'm
gonna say, I'm like,
amazing.
everything looks good on my end. I already rolled. I got 3 successes.
Perfect. 3 is exactly what you need. 3 or
Nice.
more. So, ooh, Mantis.
Can you
with a
do anything with
2.
the extra successes?
Unfortunately, nah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So Volt, I went in there and fudged all your numbers and put a bunch of high values in there that don't need to be there. So give me
Gotcha, okay.
another roll on there for your dude. Now that they're all at zeros, instead of having massive
Yeah.
modifiers added to them.
Stop cheating.
It's not my fault, dog.
I made you cheat. You still wow.
Wow! I
Wow,
am
you got an
trying
80.
things I said about you.
It's not
The
cheating if I
hell?
do it
Alright.
legit.
You clearly don't need to cheat.
Oh.
Wow.
You
That's
almost
8
got a
successes,
crit.
audience. Yeah.
Like
I'm
I,
surprised.
Yeah.
So you
Nice.
wow, damn, you succeed. So yeah, the only person who's surprised is gonna be Mantis. So as you guys are watching this conversation go down, they're headed towards the back of the trunk. Most of you, everybody succeeded on the perception roll, right? Yeah.
except for
You
Jacques.
hear, except for Jacques, you hear what sounds like engines, like motorcycles. And Jacques doesn't notice that, but as they pull in, headlights off, you all see them coming. Other than Mantis, you see a bunch of elves pile off of motorcycles, and they start coming down the alleyway towards you guys. So we're
On
gonna
foot?
start up initiative. Yeah, they're off motorcycles. So they are coming towards you this way. And how do you make this happen again? It's been a long time. Here we go. Turn order is there. So you guys are able to add yourselves into the initiative tracker in some way. I have not used Roll20 in a while, so I don't remember. So go ahead and help me figure that out.
Okay, it's a physical initiative.
It is physical initiative.
Okay.
Um,
I mean,
In
I-
other games in Roll20, we have to have we normally have to click on our own token, or this is
Okay.
one of the ways you click on your token and then roll initiative, and it will put you in.
Okay, so yeah, drag your dude out and then do that. So if you drag him out, it's gonna put him onto the table. Just make sure you click on your own guy, even though none of you have images on there. Just make sure that it's got your right name. And then roll
I'll re-roll.
physical initiative.
I'm sorry. How do we?
If you go to the where you find your character sheet, you can just click on your character sheet and drag it out, and then it'll drop like.
No, I mean I've got the token out. What do I do now?
So on your main page
initiative.
on the right-hand side, you roll down to where it says initiative and you roll physical.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little bit lower than the ability rolls we just did.
Yep.
Yeah.
How come none of you have names showing up on your initiatives?
It only should show your name.
Yeah, I see mine.
Oh,
I see mine.
Weird.
Yeah.
I see everybody's names because I've
Wow.
got special privileges.
Is high or low good in this?
The higher the better. The highest is the
Yes.
best. So
Okay.
initiative in this system is one of the things I think is pretty cool. If you have more than 10 for your initiative, you get to go again after everybody else. If you have, let's say, more than 20, you get to go again. So if you have really, really high initiative, you can act quicker than other people and really, really do a lot of damage. So those of you that were not surprised get your regular initiative that you have rolled here. Those of you who were surprised are going to take a penalty on there that I will double check what that is. I think you'll lose a certain amount off of your initiative.
And Adam,
if
how-
you are
how-
surprised, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how is it calculating these numbers for our initiative?
You'll have your reaction plus intuition, I believe, as a value, and then it adds. Let me double check here.
Like, is it
your
rolling
reaction-
dice or is it a static number?
It is rolling a d6 plus the value of your reaction plus intuition.
Gotcha. Okay.
So let's see here. So effects of surprise. A character who is surprised cannot take any action that directly affect, impede, or counteract characters who are not surprised. This means surprise characters cannot attack the non-surprise characters, nor can they dodge or defend against attacks from those characters. The surprise characters cannot react to the other character's actions in any way. The surprise characters can, however, carry out other actions that are not specifically directed at any surprising characters, such as dropping prone or readying a weapon, but not firing it. Note that this affects would-be friendly actions too. A character caught in an ambush situation may not react to his friend's warning to duck, for example, if they failed their surprise test. So no, it does not directly deduct from your initiative, but it limits what you're able to do. So you're in kind of a precarious state here as these guys start approaching down the alley. You see a group of elves, each of them. There are 6 elves. All of these dudes dressed in like leather jackets that all are covered in all sorts of stuff like written on and paint marker and shit like that. It's black and green. A lot of big green circled capital A's, like anarchy signs. Does anybody have any kind of knowledge about gangs?
I do.
Give me a roll on that.
And that's under skills.
Yeah.
Okay. Go right to the bottom. Yeah, knowledge skills right there.
Mm.
Yeah. I got 1 success.
These guys are members of a gang called the Ancients. They're what's known as a Go Gang in Shadowrun. So these dudes will get all like fucked up on drugs and rip around on motorcycles and cause violence for fun. The Ancients are a pretty damn big gang, and they are there are chapters of them all over North America. It's an elf-only motorcycle gang, essentially. So these dudes just rolled up out of the blue into this deal that's going on, and they are heading down the highway, or not the highway, the alleyway, and you see them, a couple of them throwing away little devices that they had up to their mouths, and you immediately recognize these dudes are fucking dosing themselves and getting ready with combat drugs.
Jesus.
They've got, yeah, dude, and they've got a lot of them are packing guns. You see very quickly handguns, and there's one guy who stands out. He's got a big ass green mohawk, and that guy is also carrying a handgun. So all of them have handguns, so that's fun.
They're about to be a little bit of a smaller chapter when we get done.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what you're
man.
hoping.
I'd rather
Let's
not die
see
today.
how this goes.
We're at our halfway point here, Adam. So why don't we take a break before we dive into a combat here? Because if I know anything about RPGs, it's that combats take forever. So,
How
Oh,
crunchy
wait until you
Shadowrun
play
is, I would've-
Shadowrun.
I know, yeah. So, yeah, we'll take our break here, folks, and then we'll be back to fight some elf bikers.
All right.
All right, see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Peace. All right, listeners, I think we're back. We just spent a few minutes updating our character sheets with a few things here and there. So, yeah, let's see what happens here, Adam.
All right, so with a little bit of updates for how cybernetics and such work, we've got top of the agenda is going to be Knuckles. So these elves, these leathered up, tattooed, spray painted, drugged up, pistol packing elves, start heading down
Hell
the
yeah.
alleyway in between these buildings, coming towards you. And you see Jimmy looks up and he sees them, and he looks at his guy that he's talking to, and they're at the trunk of the other guy's car.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking at this crate, and he's like, "What the fuck is this? Are these your fucking guys?" And they start arguing, and they're yelling
Okay.
at each other. And these guys start coming down the alleyway, and they're throwing down these it's like a whippet, except it's you guys know that these are combat drugs. They're like, yeah, and you can see that they're like fucking like jacked up, and they're like ready to go, and they're like fucking throwing them. You hear like bottles smash and shit like that, and these guys are like cocking guns, and then like they look all fucking jittery and wired, and they're coming down. You've got the first action though. So in this, you have the option to do 2 simple actions or a complex action. Have you guys gotten a chance to look through combat at all for the system? Because it's a little. I'm just gonna throw this out there. It's a little complicated.
Who could have thought? No.
That's a negative, sir. No.
Negative. So you're going in blind. I love it. So I'm just gonna cheat and tell you not how this game actually works. So
Okay, that's fine.
you got a couple options. So your guy's currently unarmed. Is that correct? And I believe you said you were still sitting on the bike, but you had a hand on the pistol.
Correct. So the shotgun is over my back, like with a strap, and then the pistol's on a holster on my hip, and then the knife is on like one of those thigh holsters. So yeah, I don't actually have any weapons out. So here, question: how many elves are there? 6, you said?
Well, there's a total of 8, but six of these elves that are ancient gang members.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And one of them is the guy with the green mohawk. Is it clear that he's
Green
probably the
mohawk.
leader?
That's the vibe you get.
Okay. And in like the split second that I have this is going down, can I tell, does Mr. A look like he's confused as well, or this is a setup?
It looks like here. You know what? You've got an option on your character sheet under the main tab, under the attribute roles. You've got a judge intentions if you want to make that test. I'll let you do that one for free because I'm a nice guy. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yep, 1 success.
Oh, nice.
Cool. So you see he looks distracted by what's going on. He's sitting here trying to show off the merchandise to Jimmy, and then Jimmy just starts yelling at him. And he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" He doesn't look like he's planned this, at least.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna shout, "We got company," and I would like to gun my motorcycle towards the leader of the gang, and I want to try to pull out the wrench and smash him as I drive by.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah, brother.
It's either that or start throwing grenades, but we'll save that. We're not gonna do that
Oh
in the
my
first combat.
Oh boy.
Welcome to Shadowrun. Here's some grenades.
Hey, I'm a professional, man. My job's to protect this guy, so
professionals love throwing grenades at anyone that approaches. That's that's the first rule in the book. There's also at least 3 other rules. I'm not sure what they are. So you want to fucking throttle up and gun it up and drive by, smack one of them with a wrench. Is that what I'm hearing?
smack the leader with the wrench.
Oh, okay. He's in the back of the pack, by the way, so you're gonna have to kind of throttle past these other dudes.
Will I provoke attacks of opportunity, or do I have a chance to avoid that in some way?
And you're on a motorcycle, so not really. You're going to be able to just kind of cruise. But the issue is that you're going to have to make a driving test, and with a bunch of different modifiers because of the tight confines of where you're trying to ride through, and the people in the way, it's going to be at a pretty decent penalty. So the target number to just drive through, avoiding obstacles and maneuvering through a narrow spot, the target number is normally a 2. However, since it's a tight area, back alleys, it's going to be +4. So you need 6 successes to do it.
Oh, okay. So they're still like coming through the alley? They're not like,
Yes.
in the...
They're not out of
okay.
there yet.
I'm sorry, I thought
Yeah.
they were out in the parking lot. Okay.
Okay, my mistake. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. In that case, I think I think I'm just gonna huck a grenade at them.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
boy.
start off.
I've got a grenade
Fly
launcher on the bike, so I will just turn the bike to face where the greatest concentration of them are, preferably in a tight spot like an alley, and see if I
That's
can
exactly
hit
where
more than
they're
one of
at. So
them. Okay, yeah, that's
they
what I'll
haven't-
try.
They haven't come out of there yet.
Okay.
Oh boy, so it's grenade time. So grenades in Shadowrun are pretty intense. What are these? Are these frag grenades, or do you have something else? Something weird?
I have several, but here's my question. If I recall, I could not find a spot on the character sheet to put grenades. Oh wait, no, I have them here. They're under this. Yes? No?
I'm sorry. Let me pull up your character sheet so I can see what you're seeing.
Yeah. Also, I don't know why there's like 1,000. Why are there so many things
Well,
under
you
my
keep-
pistol category? I don't.
You keep adding more.
Oh,
let's
how do I delete those?
There should be like a trash,
I don't know.
like a trash symbol. So you
Where?
can on the right side of things for like equipment.
Mm,
Oh,
I don't know.
just the
We'll
X button on the left
we'll
side.
figure it out.
the X button.
Oh no, that's just. Yeah, I have a bunch of pistols too. I don't know that. I don't have a
What have you
pistol.
got? What have you?
This is definitely a roll 20 problem,
Yeah.
not a me problem.
Yeah,
Ooh, we've
that's-
never
you
had
sure?
this
I
issue
don't
in
know.
Foundry.
I mean, how many of you guys got a dozen pistols? All right. So anyhow,
I literally have eight pistol things on my equipment sheet, and I don't have a pistol.
I have 4 swords, but that's accurate.
you don't have 8.
So I guess here was my confusion. This was my confusion, Adam, is that when I initially bought the grenades, I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy these to use as like grenades that I throw. But then I also bought the grenade launcher to put on the bike, which obviously uses grenades as its ammo. So I've got it on the vehicle. I've got the ammunition under the vehicle
it says
weapon, and
high
I just have
explosive grenades.
yeah, just high explosive grenades. I think I don't think I thought
Just high
I
explosive.
bought. Maybe I didn't put it on the character sheet because I wasn't sure yet. But let me just double check really quick here. Oh yeah, no, I bought flashbangs, flash packs, frags, high explosives, smoke, and gas grenades.
Jesus Christ.
All
All
of
right.
them.
Well, which one are you
I have
sending?
2 each. I would imagine I would have a explosive grenade ready to go here.
Like a high X, or
Preloaded.
like are we talking?
Just a
Or
regular
are we
frag
talking
grenade.
like a frag grenade? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
no, I
cool.
wouldn't have a high explosive loaded. No, I'm not like that ready to rock.
Okay.
I'm not that crazy. I just have regular grenades.
I'm
that shoot
expecting
out of my
trouble, not an armed convoy, you know?
Oh my god. All right. So looking at page 185, the range table for your grenade launcher. So 5 to 50 meters is short range, which is a modifier of plus or minus 0. So they are within that short range. They are more than 5 meters away, so you're not in that minimum range. So you're okay. You're not going to blow yourself up. They won't fire within that minimum range, by the way. Like if you have any kind of smart link stuff, it'll be like, So you have to roll a gunnery test. Do you have the gunnery skill on your vehicle? Or on your character for firing vehicle-based weapons?
Nope.
Cool.
I do not.
So that would be you would be defaulting then. So you're gonna roll agility -1.
Okay. Well, that I can do. I didn't know there was a gunner skill, so now I know. Okay, -1.
Yes, sir.
-1. All right. Boom. Apply wounds? Yes or no?
Yes,
assuming yes?
but
Okay.
you should have no wounds yet. Oh, you know what? Your wounds are for some reason filled up on your character. They should be at 0.
Did I do it
There we
backwards?
go. Now you should be good. Yes. So it's not like Warhammer where wounds are how many hit points you have. That's how much damage you've taken. So
And where do I see that? Is that on the main tab?
main tab under damage track. So I fixed it for you. I set it to 0 wounds.
Oh,
so
I see.
now, yeah. If you had full wounds, your character's gonna take -4 to
bad
every test they
time.
make. So
Ah, he's fine. Okay, hold on. Agility -1. Sorry, folks. First timer here. It's baby's first RPG.
It's okay.
babies for a
So there-
Shadowrun.
2 successes. Whoops, sorry.
Cool.
I didn't mean
That's
to
okay.
re-roll
So the
that.
2 is fine. Yeah, I saw the 2. So, so the way the grenades work is they have a scatter diagram, and they will scatter a certain distance. Why are you guys laughing? This isn't funny. This is just a very simple game. So you'd roll 2d6 to determine the direction in which they scatter, and you scatter. These are grenade launchers, so it's 3d6 meters minus, well, 3d6 minus the number of successes in meters. So you got 2 successes. So go ahead and roll 2d6. Oh, I'm sorry, pardon me, 3d6.
Oh, one more. Hold on. Okay, so total of 6.
So 6. So minus your 2 hits, so 4 meters, and then roll 2d6 to see what direction it scatters.
Oh.
And we consult the chart.
What is this, fucking 40k with blast weapons? All right, 6.
Oh no, you don't even know.
Second
that.
edition
6.
40k.
So it scatters. That would be 6 is, let's call that north by northwest.
Okay.
Is the direction
Top-
in which it
Top
scatters.
right. Yep. Okay.
Well, top left, not
No,
left,
top left. Okay. Okay.
Not left top left, but top left top.
Sure.
North by northwest. Yes. Yes. Excellent. And we determined it's 4 meters, which is still right in that sweet spot. So not too bad. You're still gonna get. These guys are clustered in real tight, so it's still gonna actually affect all of these fuckers, which is pretty great. Now.
So I have a question. On the frag grenade, it says -1/meter. Is that
Yes.
the radius?
No, that is how much the damage falls off. So
Okay.
let's look at what's the damage code for your grenade.
18 physical.
Oh my god.
18 physical, and these guys are in a narrow alleyway. So basically, the way this works is from the
Oh no, I'm
center
sorry.
point.
I'm sorry. It says 18 physical, and then in parentheses there's an F.
That's flèche damage. Or flashette, depending on how French you want to get. I'm not sure how
Okay.
French.
This causes
Speed.
bleed as well.
I mean, it's a
Oh,
frag
well,
grenade,
it's-
right? That's what it's supposed to do.
Frag,
Well,
right.
Yeah.
The flashette or flashé, however, will modify the armor rating. So if they have armor, it will go up. So it's less effective against armor than against unarmored targets. So if somebody's got even 1 point of armor rating, it goes up. If they're like not wearing any armor at all, it'll just shred them, like a pink mist. But these guys, honestly, this is probably the only thing that's going to happen in this combat. Didn't expect a grenade to go off, so that's cool. All right, so 18. So okay, let's go. Let's talk about how grenades work in the system. So 18 physical damage is from the point of detonation, which with these guys you're off by 4 meters.
Okay.
So, and it goes down by, you said it's -1 per meter.
That's what it says. Yeah, -1
Okay.
/meter.
Nice.
All right. So, I'm gonna draw.
So would that mean
on
it's
our-
-4 damage because it's 4 meters off?
Yes,
Is that what that means?
but wait.
yes,
there's
but I feel a but coming.
There is a butt.
Now imagine. Okay, so you guys see this crappy brown drawing that I'm doing?
Yep.
Okay, so
It's not
Your
crap. By the
grenade.
way. Don't sell yourself short.
okay, yeah, it's fantastic. I'm an artistic genius. So let's put. I'm just gonna put this fella here. All right, so you got 4 meters from that yellow thing is where the grenade is. So
Okay.
it's gonna go out and it goes 4 meters, so -4 before it hits this dude. It also goes, in every direction. It's radiates out every direction. It's like a little sun. You see, it's got a little happy face on it, right there, like that. Okay, happy sun. So it'll go out. So -4. So by the time it hits this dude, it's at 14. But then once it hits the wall, it'll rebound off of the wall to hit the guy again. So it's going to go 1, 2, and then it's going to hit him again. So 14 plus, let's see, what's 14 minus an extra 2? So 12, so we're at 26.
Yep.
And then it's going to also do that off of this wall. So add another Another 12 onto there.
What?
So we're going to call that 38.
38.
Yeah, and it's unfortunately it's because it's back there. It's these are going to keep going this way, and it's going to bounce off this way. It's not going to come back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If it landed dead on, it would go left and right, and then it would come off of the wall, bounce off, come back this way, hit again in the center, and then bounce off of this way and come back and hit again in the center. It's called the chunky salsa effect in the rules.
Oh
So,
my god.
yeah, so sometimes if you land a grenade dead on, the damage value can get pretty out of hand pretty quick. You can get all the way up to, I don't know, like 90 or something stupid like that. So, what did I say we landed on there? It was 46, I think I said?
38.
Okay. 38. Woof. And, let me see what their armor value is. And then it's flashettes, which gives them, I believe, +4.
It's plus 5 to the AP.
+5
Yep.
AP. So plus in AP is bad. That makes their armor better.
Yeah.
So +5 to their AP, and I have not. I'm a bad game master. Look at that. I didn't put in their armor, which I'm pretty sure they got armor. If they don't have armor on,
Even with armor,
then,
this would be
then
rough.
I'm not gonna bother.
If they're wearing
Yeah, they're wearing
armored
armor. It's right
jackets, yeah, if they're wearing
They're
armored
not.
jackets,
These
7.
guys have armor vests, so their armor rating is a 9er, which for some reason is not letting me edit their armor. Let me open them back up. I'm sorry, guys. Technical difficulties here. That's going to be, by the way, par for the course. So buckle up for technical difficulties. The guy in charge is wearing an armor jacket. He's got a pretty friggin' rad leather jacket. You guys are like, man, that's a cool jacket. That's your first thought when you see him. You're like, man, I wish I had a jacket that was that cool. The other guys have armored vests, which are not as good. There we go. Now they're in play. Excellent. So, we have 5 dudes with armored vests, 1 dude with armored jacket. Both of them resist against a damage value of 36. Is that right?
38.
38.
38. But they have +5, which makes this. Don't worry. It's not that confusing. I don't know why you're confused. So, armor penetration +5. All right. So here comes the first test.
Nice.
9 successes. That guy is shredded.
Damn.
Yeah, that's enough damage to completely just demolish him. We're gonna do a couple more of these. I don't think these guys can survive this.
So-
I think you just ended the combat.
What does each success do? Does it reduce the damage?
It reduces the damage by 1 every success.
So he reduced the damage by 9, that first guy, right?
Yeah, but that's
29.
Okay.
yeah 29. So in order to flat out kill someone, you have to exceed their physical damage track and their overflow. So his physical damage track is 10, and he's got 14 overflow. So anything that does 28 or more damage, which they can't actually soak, just splatters them. So the only guy who might survive this is probably it, guys. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. listening to that.
So they roll up, and they're all like, yeah, let's fucking get him. And Jimmy and this other elf are starting to yell at each other. And then you just kind of wheel your motorcycle around a little bit. You fire off 1 grenade. It goes, thump, and then ding, 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 bounces a little bit. And all those guys are like, what the fuck was that? And then it just detonates. And you see just smoke and brick particles and pink mist. And just everybody's ears are immediately ringing. And it's that like, boom noise for a moment. You guys can't hear anything, and the shock wave that comes off of this grenade is enough for all of you guys to kind of be disoriented for a moment, and the arguing continues, but you guys can't hear it. You just kind of dazed for a moment, and you see Jimmy's yelling, and the other elf is yelling, and you see Jimmy pull out a gun. He's pointing a gun at the other elf, and the elf is like, got his hands up, and then the orc starts to try to pull out a gun, and that grenade goes off. There's fucking shreds of elves splashing out all over the thing, and it's a lot of noise. But after a moment, all that clears, and the sound starts to come back in, and you're able to... And you're like, who the fuck are these guys? Are these guys with you? Like, I don't fucking know who they are. Are they with you? And they're yelling at each other, and the orc is like, get your fucking hands off of him. And he levels a gun at Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, don't point your fucking gun at me. Don't fucking point a gun at me. And they're yelling, and you guys gonna intervene?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna send a message to Jimmy. And I'm just gonna say, like, the ancients knew about the drop and they came to take the guns, but this is not Mr. A's fault. Do not do what you're doing.
So he is too caught up in the moment to check the messages, and he's still yelling, and he's got the gun, and he's waving the gun around, and the orc's got a gun leveled at him, and the orc is just yelling. He's like, drop the gun now. And Jimmy's waving his gun in the guy's face, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking shoot you right now. These elves are with you, aren't they? You fucking called them over here. Why don't they just show up right now? What the fuck is this? And the guy's like, I have nothing to do with it. I don't know what's going on. What kind of business are you trying to run? I'm just trying to unload some merchandise. He's like, I'll unload my fucking gun on you. And the orc is just like, put down your gun now. And they're just yelling and yelling. It's escalating. You guys know if something doesn't happen really quick, it's gonna go south.
Can I cast Influence on Jimmy?
You can try. Go for it.
Okay. Let's see.
What does that spell do?
You implant a single suggestion in the victim's mind, which will be calm down.
Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Simmer down now.
Yeah. So let's cast spell. We'll just do it at a basic force 3. Don't need anything too high. And we'll go 4.
Maybe that'll be the episode name.
All right, how'd you do?
I don't know. It's not showing up. I thought it.
I heard it roll, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, it gave me the roll sound, but it didn't show up on the. There it is.
There it goes. Hey, you know what? Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
That should be the name of the podcast. Is technical difficulties. Honestly.
2 successes.
2 successes. So how does this work? Have you looked at it? What do I roll to resist this?
I don't know. Target carries out the
let me take a
suggestion
look.
as if it was their own. If confronted with the wrongness of the situation, like when the reality.
So there's nothing
flavor
wrong
is
with that suggestion. So I'm not going to give him any kind of extra anything against it, because you're not saying like jump off that cliff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So this falls under manipulation, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so the target resists the spell with logic plus willpower.
Okay. Well,
So
I'm
he's gonna roll.
gonna use an edge and get some extra hits here. Hopefully. 4 successes. Okay.
He's got 2, so he fails. So you get 2 net successes. So it's enough for it to go through. And he's like, you see him. He's like, I'm gonna fucking unload on you. You know what? Why are we yelling? Why are we yelling? Let's just talk this out like reasonable individuals. And he's like, I got the money. You got the gun. Why are we fighting? And the orc kind of looks shifty, and he's still got the gun leveled at him. He's like, dude, you put the gun away. It's totally cool. Don't even sweat it. And he scratches the back of his head with the barrel of his gun, and then he's like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. And he tucks it back into his pants. I sometimes, I get a little worked up. I got surprised. You know how it is, right? Yeah. And the elf looks really fucking nervous, and the orc has still got his gun pointed at him. And the elf looks over and he sees oh man, what's his name? I'm sorry.
Bolt.
Bolts.
Knuckles. He sees Knuckles.
Knuckles.
And he's looking at him on the motorcycle that just fired off that grenade, and he looks nervous. You can see him, even though it's raining, you can see that he's sweating. And the orc kind of
when he looks over, I'll just go, carry on.
Move along, please. You see the orc's eyes dart back and forth between Jimmy and Knuckles, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you see the elf like kind of put his hands up. He looks cool, and he gestures to his orc friend to settle down. And he settles down a little bit. Jimmy's like, that's better. Let's just we're businessmen, right? You got something you want to sell. I got money I want to give you. So let's just make the exchange and call everything cool, huh? And the elf goes, yeah, that sounds good. I don't know who those guys were. They just showed up. I thought they were with you. I'm sorry, I got heated. And Jimmy's like, yeah. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Look, it's just a matter of dealing with business. It's how it goes. Look, I got the money. These guns look fucking primo. So let's just make the trade and call it a night, huh? And he's like, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Sorry about the tempers. And he's like, yeah, you know what? That's on me. Hey, it's all good. All right. So you see him hand over the briefcase. And he goes, hey, and he starts snapping. He's like, hey, Jumbo, come here. I got this big ass crate here. You mind schlepping this over there, putting it in the trunk?
And yeah, Jacques kind of walks over, and you actually see him again tap his aviators. The eyes glow green for a second, and the car begins to kind of steer itself and back up and follow him. So that
like a puppy. I love it.
Yeah, but it's like reversing back up so that he can grab the crate and just throw it in the trunk without having to actually walk it over.
Yeah, your guy is has no problem slinging this thing. This is like a wooden crate. If you can imagine, it's got like rope handles, and like you can see before he puts it back down that this thing's got held in there very well, secured. 6 unmarked, unregistered, undocumented Ares Alpha assault rifles. And he pops the lid back down, kind of hammers that one back in real quick, and it's like, yeah, go ahead, just load that back up. I think we're good here, huh? And then the elf gives him a nod and gives him a salute. And Jimmy looks at him. He's like, yeah, sure, yeah. And he kind of does like a half-ass salute with his left hand. And you hear the elf go like, never with the left. And you load up, and he's like, hey, it's nice doing business with you. I'll talk to you again soon, huh? And the elf is like, yeah, I think so. I think so. He's like, hey, good, all right. And he slaps him on the back. The elf kind of, lurches forward a little bit. He wasn't expecting it. The dwarf, I keep saying dwarf. The orc looks dubious, skeptical, but settles down. They get back in. You guys all load up, ready to drive off.
Question.
I was gonna say, go ahead. Sorry.
On the roll that they did for the spell, if Sean had not done the reroll and had 2 successes and Jimmy had 2 successes, does the power cancel out, or does Jimmy have to have more successes to resist?
Jimmy would have resisted.
Okay, so if you bring the other guys down to 0 or less, then you don't resist, correct? Or you do resist?
So the resist removes the successes.
Okay. All right.
So
and
if
then
it's even, so Ty goes to defender, essentially.
Yeah.
Beats it.
And then on Jimmy's second roll, why does it say wound penalty? What is that for?
He shouldn't have a wound penalty. Where is he?
Is that because we just have a mistake on the character sheet and it's like doing something weird?
I think you are correct. Yeah, he should be rolling 7 dice.
And he's rolling, and it showed he only rolled 6. Right? Am I reading that right?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, for some reason he's got damage on him. He shouldn't have had, but that's okay.
Okay.
We're gonna let it ride.
Got it. Okay.
A lot of stuff
Let me
happened.
fix that.
way
He
back
shouldn't have
on that
damaged. Yeah, he did not get shot at any point. So, wow. So I thought that there might be some kind of conflict, but grenades, guys. Just so you
Yeah.
know, grenades, they do the job. So you guys load back up, I suppose. They
Yeah.
drive away pretty quickly. And there's no surviving gangers. You guys just blew them all up. And by you guys, I mean Knuckles. Just one grenade did the job. You get back in the
I
car.
was gonna
Jimmy's
say,
like,
this
"What
is
the
exactly how Vice City and Grand Theft Auto starts, but this was much more wholesome.
So Jimmy says, "What the fuck was that? Where did those guys come from? You guys, somebody tip somebody off? You guys trying to pull a job on me here?" And he's turning back and he like leans over and he's looking directly at the one elf in the back seat.
Jacques will reach over and grab him by the jaw and turn his head forward.
Your hand is bigger.
Well,
than
he's
his
got,
fist,
like the
so you
whole
get it.
like the meme where it's like the puppet doing the shifty eyes back and forth.
Jimmy, I appreciate the offer for work, but it's inappropriate to be throwing accusations like that around in my car. There will be no violence.
Hey, I
or
didn't
bloodshed
accuse.
here.
I didn't accuse. I asked. It's a question. It's not an accusation. And I would appreciate you not breaking my neck, please.
I
please.
did not break your neck. Look at you
Yeah, no,
talking.
please don't, though. I
Gosh.
would appreciate if you don't.
And I think we would appreciate
Oh,
you
God,
not
please don't.
questioning us when we found out about this job 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. But I mean, like, where the fuck do they come from? You don't know?
They're the ancients. I know this.
I don't know. They look like dead corpses now, so can't really ask them,
Jeez,
right?
Fucking well, yeah, I guess not. I mean, it's... Jeez, fucking shit. I mean, there's a lot of those guys. I think... all right. All right, well,
there's
I mean,
only one
all's
of
well
two
that ends, though.
possibilities, Jimmy. Either you were played, or your associates were played. They knew the
I guess-
transaction was taking place somehow.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on, I guess. I don't know. But, hey, man, I got, the guy doesn't realize I fucking took them. I mean, these things are going to sell for way more than I paid for them. But, those corporate types, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, huh? So, I got some guns. That's cool. I'm out of money, though. So, I can't really pay you guys for what, what you did here tonight. But let me owe you one. How's that sound?
Mantis's eyes narrow.
Yeah.
Jacques slams on the brakes.
Jimmy's head hits the windshield. He's like, ah, shit. You see his pompadour deflates and then bounces right back. It's impeccable. And he bounces his head off the windshield. He's like, ah, shit. He's like, look, man, look. I'm good for it. Yeah, I don't have money right now, but I got stuff. I got connections. You guys need something, I can get it for you. It's better. Honestly, it's better than cash. It's better than cash for me to owe you one, huh? What do you think? What do you think?
I send a message to Knuckles, so I don't say this out loud, but Knuckles gets like a text message on his AR. It just says, "Are we keeping the guns, or are we gonna take Jimmy at his word?"
I imagine it probably shows up on my my glasses, like the little
Yeah,
image link thing.
it'll
and
pop up
I'll-
in like the periphery of your vision.
Yeah, so I'll pull up alongside on Jimmy's side, and stop my bike there, and then
Well, I forgot. Sorry, actually, Knuckles, if you're not in the car, I won't ask you that. I'm sorry.
okay.
I forgot that you were in the car.
Well,
I will
I
ask.
got-
I've
Pull up
got
to
a
the side
cybernetic
when you
guy to
guys-
see messages, and
when you guys slam on the brakes.
Yeah. I'll send it actually as a group text, so everybody gets it.
there we go.
Yeah, you guys have like a private Discord server going.
Nice.
Yeah.
Before I answer that, I just wanted to ask Adam: did the grenade take out their bikes and stuff too?
No, their bikes were like they got off of the bikes and then
Okay.
started walking down the alley.
Would we have had a
That's one
chance
of
to
their
look
bikes.
over the bikes and see if there was anything on there that might indicate maybe how these guys knew about something or anything like that?
If you wanna, if you So everybody else piloted in the car. If you wanted to do that before you took off on the bike, then we can retcon that in. Sure.
Yeah, I definitely would. If there's something left to look over, then yes.
Yeah, I mean the bikes are there, but like they're parked in the front of the building. But no, there's nothing that really jumps out at you as to how they would have known about it. They're just motorcycles. You know.
No gear or anything on them of any sort.
Not really. I mean, like there might be
Okay.
like these guys are on like crotch rocket type bikes, like night guys and shit. They're like, you know, yeah, you might find maybe some kind of pack that's got some crap in it, like nothing interesting, nothing good.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. If we don't find anything, and I obviously these guys are just shredded and misted, so I won't even bother.
Yeah,
looking
like
over
you
the
can't.
gib-
Unfortunately,
the
like
gib-
no keys or anything like that. So unfortunately, like any key that they may have had's been completely shredded.
Yep. All right.
Right.
You'd have to like sieve through the mess.
Nah, I'm good.
Like panning
now
for,
we
like panning for gold.
since we've worked with Jimmy before, is this something that we've had to deal with, or like do we know that if we took him on his word that we could trust him on that?
Hey, most of the stuff that you guys would have done with him before would have been like small time shit. He's like, hey man, here's the deal. I'll give you $50. You go run this over to this guy for me, huh? Like, it's that kind of thing. So most of the time he just like hands you money and then you go do a thing, or you do a thing and he hands you money. It's never really been he's never gone like, hey, let's do it on credit. But
Mm-hmm.
you know from the kind of stuff that you've done, like whatever you ask him for, like he finds a way to make it work.
Okay.
Yeah,
in that
that's a
case,
good question, actually. What's his street cred like? Yeah, if he's got good street cred, then I don't think
yeah. If
Kansas
we're
would have an issue.
It's not it's not the best. A lot of people don't like him, but he
gee, I wonder
I can imagine why.
but he is you ask him for something, he's gonna get it.
Okay.
He's kind of an asshole, but he gets what you need.
Then if he sends us that message, I would assume I've got a comm device. I assume everybody has one. So
yeah.
I would turn on my voice modulator to do some very heavy, dark, intimidating sounding voice, and I would just say only one freebie, Jimmy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not freebie. It's consider it an IOU, huh? Like I said, it's better than cash. I get you whatever you need. You let me know. Let's call it like a store credit, huh? You need something, you let me know. I got you.
Yeah, what we want are creds.
Jimmy, how about this? We keep at least one of the guns until we get that IOU out, and then we give it back to Sam.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good to me. I mean, you want a gun, you got a gun. I got you.
Great. Got at least one.
These things are fucking primo. Look at this shit. Hold on. He's like starts climbing over into the trunk. He's like, hold on. You can reach in through and he like flips down the little armrest in the middle, and he starts like trying to like rifle through, and he's like climbing through it, and he's in there. He's like, these things, like, look at this shit, and he starts to fucking fumble around to pull one of them through, and he's got this gun. And he pulls it through. He's like, this thing's got an under-barrel grenade launcher. Look at this shit. And I'm like, look, you see right here, and he points to where it should have a serial number. He's like, there's fucking nothing. Look at it. Not filed off. This thing doesn't exist. Like you, huh? Like me, huh? Doesn't exist. You can take this thing, you can shoot somebody, no one's gonna know where it came from. Beauty.
Great. Sounds like a great gun to have for this kind of job. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are gonna think that I'm gonna make some money off of these. And you know what? Once I make the money off of these, I got any more work for you. I can pay you. But just right now, I got all my stuff. Nothing's liquid right now. It's all tied up in stocks. I don't know, man. I don't know what you want me to say, but I got you.
Well, I want you to say that you'll pay us perhaps with interest for this. I was expecting to be paid tonight.
Yeah. You know what? I got you. I got something better than money. I got a job lined up. Let me tell you about this guy, okay? We got, you know, can we get going somewhere? I gotta take a shit again, man. I'm not doing too great. I eat a lot of chili, and I got that what is it called?
It's
The
those diner
irritable...
steaks, Jimmy. You have to cut back on them.
You need more
Yeah,
fiber.
yeah. What are you, my mom? Yeah, whatever. You know, let's just get going. I got anyhow. I got a job coming up. This guy contacted me. This guy, Mr. Johnson. He's got a job, and it sounds pretty sweet. There's a little business. They've got some kind of prototype in there. And basically, this guy is just a smash and grab. You get in, you get the prototype thing, whatever it is, I don't know. He didn't tell me the details. It was a smash and grab. You get in, you get it, you get out, you get paid. And this dude is talking about some good money. So if you guys want that job, I'll vouch for you. I'll send you over. I can talk to him, get a meeting place. I'll even waive the finder's fee because I like you so much.
I'm in.
You know, that sounds actually pretty good.
Yeah, and Jock, when he said he had to take a shit and all that, he does drive, but he's like pretty mad, like white knuckling the.
Oh, jeez.
Say
Did we
again?
lose you?
You cut out.
Oh, just he doesn't say anything the whole time. He's just like really mad, and he's like white knuckling like the steering wheel. Well, he does.
Terrifying.
Yeah. It's like being in a car with a tiger.
All right.
So-
Do we take him back to the diner? Is that where he needs to go?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, take me back to the corpse. It's they got a nice clean toilet in there. Not for long though, you know what I mean? Oof.
Yeah, when we get there, I guess let me know when we get there.
Yeah, I
That
mean, you
sounds
guys, unless anybody else has anything they want to do, you guys can.
Okay.
Nope. Let's go.
Yeah, when I pull up there, I pull up kind of in front of the door, and like the door just opens for him, and like as soon as he steps out, it just slams shut. But, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like.
He's like, yeah, you guys get yeah, thank. Well, and the door shuts. He's like, and he like starts knocking on the window. He's like, the guns.
I pop the trunk.
I take
It's
the
like, yeah,
one
yeah,
gun
these,
we promised first.
Oh yeah, he handed it over to you, so it's like sitting there in the. Yeah, and he grabs the crate and he kind of drags it out, and he's dragging it with one side on the ground, and he starts dragging it by the handle, and stashes it around behind the place, and then he you see him hustle like he means it into the building.
Did he just leave a crate of unmarked black market guns behind?
Yep.
Do we want to take them?
Nope.
Okay.
No, he made to turn on his word, but I will keep mine. Where do you need to go, you two?
Okay, there's a burned out building about 15 blocks down.
Yeah, and he'll drive you home.
Oh, so nice.
I'll follow along
So it's
behind.
not too long. Oh, it's not too long before you guys all receive a message, and it's from Jimmy, and he says that he gives you an address. He tells you Mr. Johnson's gonna meet you guys tomorrow, 4 p.m., which is early for this kind of work. 4 p.m. at a place called the Alabaster Maiden. So it's a nightclub. So you know what? Let's. Does anybody have any kind of knowledge that might be relevant to nightclubs or magical stuff?
I have Seattle knowledge.
Yeah, Seattle will work. Go ahead and roll that one. We're gonna do that one on a thing that's just as general as Seattle. I'm gonna need at least 2 hits to know about this place.
Let's see. Can I pre-edge this? Do I just hit this button that says edge?
You can if you want. I don't know if I would for something like this.
Do it.
Yeah, I want to try it.
You know what? We're at the end of the sesh. Roll with it.
Earn
Yeah.
those edge points, bro.
Yeah.
Boom.
5 successes.
Wow, wowza. So here's the deal. The Alabaster Maiden is a nightclub. It's named after Gabriella D'Amato, who was a mage that petrified herself in some sort of magical backfire. There's a statue out in front of this nightclub that is said to be her, petrified. There's rumors that if you stare at the Alabaster Maiden for long enough, you can see her move, but you know that is not actually what's going on out there. That is not really her, but you do know that that statue does have a magical aura, but not something that would match a magician.
Okay.
It's a hot club, and you also,
yeah.
with that 5 successes, you know that this place doesn't open until 7 p.m.
That nightclub's closed until like 7 p.m. boys. So,
Good, we'll have the place to ourselves.
yeah.
Private meeting.
Guess I'll hit Planet Renraku, get a free shower in after my workout.
I see what you did there. Another question here, Adam. When we highlight the number for successes and then it shows the breakdown of the dice rolls, the ones are in red. Do those affect your roll in some way or cause like a critical failure if you have too many?
If you have more than half ones, it counts as what's called a glitch. So you can succeed and glitch, and that means that your test works out, but something weird happens. If you have more than half ones and no successes, that's a critical glitch. That's the worst possible thing, and you want to avoid that at all costs. That's something that will be incredibly detrimental.
When you say more than half, you mean half the total number of dice you're rolling?
Correct, yes. So if you're rolling 6 dice and you get 4 ones, that's a glitch.
That seems pretty rare.
It's kind of low. It doesn't happen that often. It's way more likely to happen when you're defaulting on stuff or you're rolling something you're not good at. But if you have a lot of dice, it's unlikely. But it does come up sometimes, and when it does, it's not good. Especially the critical glitches. Like that usually only happens when you're defaulting. Also, there's a lot of things that can give you penalty to your roll, especially once you start taking damage. Like as you get wounded, you get negatives to everything. So it can get to the point where you're in a heated gunfight, and then suddenly you're rolling 4 dice instead of 12.
Cool. Okay.
Or you can fire a grenade and just fucking obliterate.
I mean, like, I'd like to imagine after the grenade went off, right? Like, they're like the player part of me is like horrified that it just obliterated all of them. I was like hoping to maybe kill like a guy or two, right? But I imagine like, you know, my character has like he knows like what's gonna happen there, and he's just totally playing it cool. Like these guys roll up, they're dead. It's like, all right, go. What were we doing? You know. But like me, like I'm like, did I just fucking do that? Like.
So
Lights up a
now you guys
cigar.
know how grenades work. If you see somebody that's
I
got
want one.
grenades, it's no good. It's bad.
Yeah,
news.
we just
Scary
just
stuff.
shoot the grenade, reduce the meters, then deal with fallout damage, and then we do the square root of the vector of the triangulation of the
hypotenuse. The
room that you're in,
hypotenuse. Don't forget the
Yeah.
hypotenuse.
and then damage.
Yeah, and then
Then
you
reverse.
just make a new character. Like that's really what happens after that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
None of you are wrong.
This
Well,
things
actually-
can go bad very quick.
So I
Very
think
quick.
I could, like, my character could have survived if he was in that blast. Like I have an overflow of 19.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
And
And a
then-
high body, so you could have soaked a decent chunk of it.
Yeah, my
and,
soak is
and good
15.
armor. Yeah, so I mean, you could have come out of that consciously.
And we have edge too, so we can try to
Yeah.
do
Well,
that.
I have 1 edge and I have
Oh.
bad luck.
Oh
Oh
god.
God, never use that.
Oh,
Yeah,
got
you
bad
won't
luck
see me
too?
using edge a lot.
Why do you guys all have bad luck? God.
Because it's cool. Fucking
'Cause-
play on the wild side, bro.
Some of fuck up. Like that's.
Didn't you
that's
take
not-
Daredevil or some shit? Right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so you know what it's like.
All right, so I think this is probably a good breaking point for the session here. So the next time you guys join us, we're going to meet up with Mr. Johnson. So those of you who are unfamiliar with Shadowrun, Mr. Johnson is not the guy's actual name. Mr. Johnson's kind of a slang term that means guy who hires Shadowrunners. Whether it's a man or a woman or anything, they're always Mr. Johnson. The exception is if you're in different countries, like you might be.
It's like
I forgot what
Mr.
they call
Wong
him.
or Mr. Mr. Wong or
Yeah,
Mr. Yu,
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually read some of the fluff. I'm actually-
Nice.
There you go,
So I know-
dude. Thank you.
When
That's,
they were like
awesome.
Mr. Johnson, I'm like, oh shit, I know what that means.
Yeah.
exciting.
So, yeah, it's a discreet name so that if something were to happen, you guys were to get busted, you'd be like, "Who hired you for the job?" Mr. Johnson. Like, God damn, that Mr. Johnson guy's everywhere. But he's got his fingers in every pie in the city. But we'll meet up with Mr. Johnson next week and settle in for the next job. So this was the prologue. I like to call it Meet Jimmy Three Legs. You guys can call it whatever the fuck you want. The next one, we're going to go into Chapter 1, which I titled One for the Money.
Ooh, well, we're gonna call it Pink Mist.
man. That's cool.
That's great. Now we're meeting Mr. Johnson the following day in game, correct? That's what he said?
Correct.
All right. Well, before we depart, as we drop off our 2 squatters, that's it, right?
Yep.
I'll be like, good job tonight, guys. And then I'll drive alongside Jacques as we go back to his shop. And when we get back there, I'll kind of take him aside and be like, I wasn't expecting to not get paid either, but that Jimmy guy usually comes through. Are you you hurting for cash right now?
Always, man. Always. Every time you turn around, you got to pay money for something. Yes.
All right. I'll like slap down a cred stick or whatever of 100 to you. I'll be like, yeah, for the little one.
I appreciate it. I will pay you back when I can.
Yeah,
That's so kind of you.
water under the bridge. And then I'll fucking put the visor down and into the sun. Well, not the sunset, into the darkness.
Just pop a sick wheelie and then cruise off. Burn out.
Hell yeah. With my glowing fucking fiber hair.
Very cool.
Super cool.
Hell yeah.
I don't know.
All right, I think that's good.
Sweet. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm stoked to play more. I'm
yeah.
in it.
I love me some Shadowrun.
Yeah, I
I
thought
love
that combat
how
would be
I'm
ready to
complicated.
dive
a
in the
little bit more
core
involved.
book.
I'm sorry.
Dude, that's
Yeah?
amazing.
I've never gotten to see a grenade go off and use the chunky salt several, so that was
You're welcome.
yeah. Thanks, man,
It's-
for a dream come true.
Check that off the
Bucket list.
the bucket list. Shadowrun bucket list.
No, that's just a real life
First
bucket list.
session, too.
We're
Yeah.
gonna unlock all the achievements, Sean.
First combat, chunky sulfur.
Cool. All right, listeners. Well, join us next week as we start getting the hang of this. Now we've figured out Roll20 and how most of this works, and I think everybody's starting to get an idea how it rolls. So, yeah, join us next time for more Shadowrun goodness. Until then, we'll see you same time, same place next week. Nighty night.
Good night, everybody.